Hello, this is going to be a very quick one, and it's all about Liverpool. But we'll talk about two different things. The first one is about Liverpool's partnership with Adidas, the releasing of new jerseys, and of course, the jersey numbers that are assigned to the new signings. But the second part of the conversation is something I didn't know we'll be talking about today, but it just sort of happened, and that is the latest update regarding Alexander Isak. The keyword there is rejection. But let's get back to the first discussion. We are going to be very quick with this. So let me just quickly read out the jersey numbers that are assigned to the new signings. Milos got jersey number 6. Florian Wirtz picked up the jersey number 7. And I think the timing actually worked out really well because we just sold Diaz a few days ago. And few days later, Florian is picking up his jersey number. So there is a real balance there, and it's worked out really well. The next one on the list is Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley now wears the jersey number 12, and we all know that he had a jersey number because he's already integrated into the first team, but he asked for a change. He asked for an upgrade. I call it an upgrade because his number is on the high side, but currently he's pushed forward to 12, and I think 12 is a very good number for him. But he's not the only one that actually made this request from Liverpool. Aside from Conor Bradley, Trey Nayoni also made the same request, and he's pushed forward. His jersey number currently is 42. So both Bradley and Trey are two people from the current squad that made changes to their jersey number. Every other changes that is coming out is on the side of the new signings. I already told you about Florian. Florian picked up jersey number 7. The next is Hugo Ekitike. Now, the one about Ekitike and Frimpong is actually very interesting because Ekitike picked up jersey number 22 and Frimpong picked up jersey number 30. Interestingly, in their former clubs, each of them already wore each of these numbers. So Ekitike was wearing jersey number 22 and he moved into Liverpool and picked up the same jersey number. As for Jeremy Frimpong, the same thing applies to him. He came into Liverpool and decided to pick up the same number, and I'm very sure they are happy with the numbers they are choosing. So the next on the list is Mamad Ashvili. He's picking up the jersey number 25. Freddie Woodman is picking up jersey number 28. Then Amin Pexi. You know Amin Pexi. He's the new signing we also made. I mean, he's not a big money signing, but it's good that we got him into the squad. He's a goalkeeper. He's a third choice goalkeeper as it stands. He's also a Hungarian. So this makes it 3 Hungarian players. Talking of Zobo is the first on the list. He's the first to come into the squad, followed by Milos Kekes and then Amin Pexi. So that is it on the side of the jersey numbers that are assigned to each of our new signings. This announcement of the jersey numbers is also coming on the same day that we started our official partnership with the new jersey sponsors, Adidas. So the sales of the jerseys also started today, just a few hours ago. So this is good news for us. I mean, it is good news that the jersey numbers are already available. It is good news that people are already placing order. It is good news that we are getting set and we are in good mood ahead of what comes for us in next season. Now, this takes us to the second part of the conversation, which some people think it's a good news, others are not so impressed with it, and we are talking about the whole saga involving Liverpool's interest in the signing of Alexander Isak. I'm sure you have information about the moves that Isak has been making in the last couple of days, starting from not joining them on pre-season tour and even moving to his former club to continue his personal training over there. So a lot of those information suggests that Isak is no longer interested in starting next season as a Newcastle player. Newcastle, on the other hand, we understand that they want to get a striker in place as a replacement for him before they make themselves open for any idea of selling him. But the latest information we are getting this morning is that Liverpool made their first move towards signing Alexander Isak. and the figures we are getting is around 120 million. So we are sure that it is an excess of 100 million, but it is not above 120 million. So that is the first official bid they made, and Newcastle just rejected that bid. Yes, that rejection is the exact decision that is dividing opinions at the moment, because some people say that once Liverpool make a move like that, then they are very sure they are getting who they want. Even if it means that the first offer gets rejected, it means they are seeing very high chance of completing this deal. And that is why some people see it as a positive that Liverpool already made that move. But some other people are also very unimpressed with the fact that it got rejected, because we are talking of a very huge amount of money, which surely serves as the British transfer record. As far as I'm concerned, I would want everything about this deal to be settled as soon as possible. I want to have it wrapped up as soon as possible. But the reality of the whole thing is that Newcastle are not interested in it. Even if this whole deal ends up becoming a reality, it's not going to happen as soon as I want it to be. So at this very moment, being patient is the best thing we could possibly do. Liverpool are making the moves, and based on how we've been able to perform in this window alone, I just have to trust that we are going to get it right. I genuinely trust that we'll get it right. And that is why I'm trying as much as possible to not overthink the whole situation. But regardless of what happens, whether we'll get Isak this week, next week, or towards the final days of the transfer window, even if we don't get him at all, I just want to make sure that they will pay attention to the centre back positions. Get Konate to sign a contract, get him to renew that contract before we get into the new season, and sign new players in that centre back position. So that is what has been happening today. We're excited about getting these jersey numbers and knowing that, oh, Flo is going to wear 7, Frimpong is going to wear 30, this person is going to wear this. We are all excited about that. But the update we are getting about Isak is kind of a bittersweet one for us. But whatever end up being the case, I'm still very excited about how we've performed in this window alone, and I'm genuinely looking forward to the beginning of football next season.